Senya ahofamen GTP and amanyontoma wode apamatare
Remember the day you fell in love again. Every time she would cry on my shoulder, I was here all alone trying to save her. He asked me to come back, and we're not quite alright.
I'm Mr. Marfo, the project manager for Miss Golden Stool 2020. As we spoke earlier about our visit to GTP factory, you made us aware that because of the COVID protocols, we can't tour the whole factory, but officially the company will receive us. And today we are here with our beauty queens for 2020 for a short visit and as a means of our appreciation to GTP. So that is the purpose of our visit this afternoon, sir.
Right, you are most welcome.
Thank you.
And indeed, our beautiful queens, thank you so much for honoring us with your presence here. Well, on behalf of the management of this company, that's Textiles Ghana Limited, of course, we are more known as GTP, but the real corporate name is Textiles Ghana Limited. I want to welcome all of you to our premises. It's unfortunate we are not able to allow you to the factory because of COVID. Because as much as possible, we all want to protect ourselves, and as a factory, we are extremely particular about people not getting COVID here, and so it's not going to be possible. So we will only receive you in the office and have a chat, and I'm hoping that just in the near future, before your reign ends, this COVID thing will be over, and you can get a chance to see how these fabrics are made. Okay, but as you can see, this part of the factory you see is just the offices. The real factory is in there. It's really big, a big place, and it's quite an old factory, but a very old but modern. Old in terms of the buildings, but the machines are new, because we keep reinventing ourselves and making ourselves relevant every day. And so all the colorful fabrics you see are printed in here. We belong to a multinational group called the Vlisco Group, all right? We are in Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, DRC, mostly West Africa. That's where our operations are. We've got two factories here in Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, and our head office is in the Netherlands, Holland. Okay, but the operations in Ghana is owned by the Vlisco Group and Ghana government. So this operation, it's jointly owned by Ghana government and the Vlisco Group. And it's called Textiles Ghana Limited. Actually, there are two companies, so let me just clarify it. Textiles Ghana Limited is a factory where we produce things. And there's another company that sells all the produce or the products that come from the factory. That is called Premium African Textiles. And so there are two corporate entities behind GTP. The one that produces is called Textiles Ghana Limited. The one that sells is called Premium African Textiles. And so sometimes we hear the names and it's a bit confusing for people, but this is the reason. Okay. So we produce two brands here. We always sell two brands, GTP and Wooden. Wooden is our sister brand and it's also produced here. And other sister brand is called Vlisco. But Vlisco is produced in Holland and it's imported into the country. So these are the three brands. Actually, there's a fourth brand called Uniwax in Cote d'Ivoire. So as a group, we have these 4 brands, Blisco, GTP, Within, and Uniwax. And they are all targeted at different markets and different consumers. What the brand that sponsored your program is GTP, and specifically GTP New Style. So what they are wearing is a New Style. Because under GTP, different labels, New Style, Adipa Dumas, Adipa, Safwa, Instruma. These are different labels. But the reason we use New Style is that New Style is targeted at young, beautiful ladies like yourselves. Because the colors are bright and very dynamic, very lively. And so it's targeted at the youth or the younger generation, which is why New Style is a sponsoring brand. Okay, so that's in a nutshell the GTP story. Now, as queens, usually because in a way you represent the brand, we would like to offer you or give you what we call a monthly wardrobe, okay, for a period of time. So whilst you reign, what is the period of reign? It's a year?
It's 1 year.
It's 1 year.
Yeah, it starts from January after the grand finale to the period we crown another queen, which is December, roughly in the Christmas period.
Okay.
Yeah,
so this is what we do. Of course, I've not announced this. We did not announce this at the crown. I don't know whether you did, but we did not. But we going to offer all of you, the 3 of you, some period of wardrobe, okay, fabrics. So for the winner, you're going to get wardrobe for a year. Okay. What that means is that you're going to get 12 years of GTP fabrics every month for 1 year. So beginning January, February, right. And then first runner up. Who is the first runner up? You are first runner up. And what's your name?
Minaye.
Minaye.
My mother is good.
Minaye. Okay, good. That's nice one. Right. What are you going to do? How will you call your father? But you hardly hear about that.
Yes.
You always cheat us.
That one is a Japan.
Okay. Anyway, so you would get for 6 months, okay, and then the second runner up would get for 3 months. Okay, wardrobe for 3 months. So still 12 months, 6 months, and 3 months. What that means is that you're going to get 2 pieces of New Style every month, okay? Or if like 6 years, 2 times 6 years, so 12 yards every month. So we'll give it to you on quarterly basis, and until your reign is over.
Reverend Steve,
Yeah.
As I was coming in, we are very most grateful for this offer from these ladies to finalists and the 3 queens. We are so much grateful. What do we say to GTP?
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
We are so grateful.
So friends, is there something you want to ask Reverend Steve about GTP, as you've known GTP for so many years? And recently, last year, you came in touch with them because of their fabrics. If you have something to ask Reverend Steve, then we can start from Queen Menaye, come to Queen Ya, then we come to Queen Senya.
Senya.
Yes. So Menaye, can we start with you?
Okay. We have known GTP to be a very outstanding brand in our country. So I'd like to know what informs your decisions in the trends, like how you come about the color combinations and how you target your audience. What is the inspiration?
Well, okay, thank you very much. Very good question. Essentially, we are storytellers. We tell stories. And we tell stories through our designs and our colors. And, as Africans, it's not just us, but as Africans, we tell our stories through colors, through symbols, through sound. So the drum, from the olden days, the deep press, the symbol. So you hear the sound, somebody's dead or that kind of thing. So that is how we tell our stories in Africa. So that we are coming from that background. Now, so how our creatives work is this: every year they get inspired, they get inspirations from around the society, what's going on. So, for example, last year, what was the biggest story? It was COVID-19. So, as an example, so we decided this COVID-19 is a very bad phenomenon. Nobody wants to associate with it. But somehow we feel it's such an important thing in the history of the world that we cannot just let it go past. But how do you tell such a bad story give it a positive twist? So we just took COVID-19. I'm sure you heard about fellow Ghanaians and all these collections. And unfortunately, none of you is wearing any of them. Yes, but then that's just an example. So every time there's a major social phenomenon, we tell a story. It serves as an inspiration to tell a story. So for example, I remember when Ghana discovered oil, they came up with the inspiration discoveries. And that word discoveries then inspires the creative juices in the creative designers to say, okay, how do we express discoveries in fabric designs? So then we see symbols like the microscope, all the things that are linked to discoveries, oil drill machine. And so you find in the motifs, the design, things like that. So for example, the recent one, which is the fellow Ghanaians, we decided, okay, how do you can't use the COVID symbol because it's a symbol of death.
Yes.
But then we took the symbols of life, or the symbols of the things we used to fight that death, to represent the story, and what are those things? The leadership offered by our president, when he's giving a speech, how he addresses the nation, fellow Ghanaians, so those are the things that inspire the designers to come up with the designs. Okay, they look around what is happening. Sometimes you look at the forest, they look at all kinds of things. I mean, I'm not a creative person, but they do. But they're inspired by events that
happens around
us. Recently, we lost our former president Rawlings. Created something good out of President Rawlings to say, okay, be perceive you to that kind of thing. So you see the symbols are represented like a big tree falling, and then images. So that is how we're inspired. And of course, the colors, the stories will determine the kind of colors that each design goes with. If it's a happy occasion, bright colors. If it's something bad, dark colors.
I can really relate since I am also into the creative stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm a poet, so
that's fine.
I can relate. So
yes.
Let's say if somebody has an inspiration
and
the person wants to bring up a concept to you,
yes,
is it possible?
Okay, that's a very good question too. Unfortunately, yes and no. Yes, if that inspiration, a third party you are doing it for a third party. Yes, we do it and print it for you. But no, if you want a company, no, we don't take third party designs. We have our own in-house creative team. So we don't buy designs from third parties. No, because once we cover something, we copyright it. We want to own it, and we don't have. Sometimes I think in the past we had all kinds of legal issues with third parties. So I think as a company we took a policy decision: no third party design. We only rely on our internal designers. Yeah. But you can do so there are a number of third parties who come to order, who print for them, institutions, churches, some of our traders. They have their own copyright designs. So those ones, yes, you can work for those third parties. And then when it comes, it's printed for them, it's their copyright, we don't have anything to do with it.
Please, are you okay?
Yes, I am okay.
Okay, so Quenya, you have your last question.
Okay.
Yeah. So about this whole storytelling, your concept, how long has the journey been? Looking at how you derive your concept from the storytelling thing from our history, how long has the company been in existence?
Oh, if I get your question, of course the company has been existing since 1966. And we've been telling stories all these years. The company in Ghana, but our parent company has been in existence since 1846 as a political group. It's a very old company. And we used to, as a country, import fabrics to sell. And then when our first president, Nkrumah, when we gained independence, as part of his import substitution policy, Kwame Nkrumah decided, I want to establish factories in Ghana. So all basic essential items that we used to import as a country, Nkrumah made it a policy, we want to open our own factories here. So this factory happened to be one of those factories to make sure all prints that we used to import from England and Holland is made here, which is one left to this factory. And so you find all these enclaves, factories. It used to be many of them have collapsed, by the way, but it used to be factories that were making basic essentials for Ghanaians. Many of them have, collapsed as a result of bad economic management and stuff like that. Yes. So that is if I understood your story well. Yeah, but that is yeah.
Okay, can we go to the next question? Okay, so Quinsenya, what do you have to ask?
Okay. So we know in our era everything is online, everything is social media. That's how we share information fast and things. So I wanted to know if someone is looking for GTP, how to get their social media handles, like the handles you use on social media.
Great question as well. We partnered a Ghanaian startup company, very young Ghanaian startup company called Kudigo. I don't know how many of you have heard the name. Kudigo is an online store, all right, that sells GTP and a few other Ghanaian brands. So we partnered with them. We started. So if anybody wants to buy online, yes, just go to www.buygtp.com. Buygtp.com. So even though it has buygtp.com, it's a platform. We are operating on the platform of Kudigo because that's their store. It's like their supermarket store that we are there. So once you get there, you buy and it will be delivered to you anywhere in the world. All right. So yes, we are online, and it's not just that. In fact, in the coming month, beginning next week, 22nd of February, we're going to have a major online campaign. All right, we call it Wear Ghana. But the month of March is Ghana month, and so we're having this Wear Ghana campaign that will be launched on the 6th of March, and it's going to be promoted heavily online, basically to encourage Ghanaians and indeed anybody to wear Ghana, made in Ghana, and to showcase the best of our culture, of the way of things we wear that represent our identity. And so that is going to be a campaign that's going to run heavily from the 6th of March, and watch out for it.
Okay. So, please, I want to know, is GTP, is it an abbreviation or it has a full meaning?
Okay, right. That's another good question. GTP was an abbreviation of Ghana Textiles Printing Company.
Oh.
Ghana Textiles Printing Company. That was the original name of this company when it was formed in 1966. But along the line, 204, the name changed from Ghana Textiles Printing Company to Textiles Ghana Limited. However, that's a corporate name. In the past, the corporate name was also the name of the brands, the products that were coming out. So the products that were coming out of this factory were all called GTP. But we distinguished them by saying Block 1, Block 2. I'm sure if you hear the old people saying Block 1, Block 2, Diva, stuff like that. But we changed, since 2004, we changed all that by giving the corporate name a different name, Textiles Ghana Limited. And then the product, we kept the abbreviation GTP, right, as a product brand name. So under it, we changed the names, we have all the various labels. So we have like a New Star, so GTP New Star, GTP Safwa, GTP Instroma, that order. Okay, so it's a good question you asked. Yeah, this year, the recent one we added is GTP this year. Okay, so now GTP is not an abbreviation, it's a brand name. You understand? It's no more abbreviation, it's a registered brand name of product called fabric, which you are wearing. But originally started as abbreviation, the abbreviations of the company name, but that has changed.
Ghana Textiles Printing.
Yes. Yes. So officially, if you're writing to us, I see people still writing Ghana Textile Printing. No, there's no company like that.
Okay. Textiles Ghana Limited.
Yeah.
Okay. Any question again?
Yes. And I want to know some of the ingredients you use to form these fabrics.
Okay. The main ingredient is a grey, what we call grey baft. Okay, grey baft. This is 100% cotton, and we get it from a company called Water Star. Water Star is in Japan. They buy their cotton, and it's 100% cotton. They buy cotton from the north, from Burkina Faso, Niger, Benin. That's where a lot of cotton is produced. They are transported to Water Star, and they convert the cotton into yarns and then the grey baft, or calico. That's the ordinary name for it, calico.
Okay.
So we receive the calico, and then we treat it and print on it. So the main ingredients are the calico, the dye stuff, of course, and the chemicals that are used to wash and print. So these are the main ingredients. Like, yeah.
And also, if like somebody wants to buy wholesale and sell,
Yeah.
how do we go about it?
Okay, again, we have a very extensive distribution system in place. We have distribution outlets in all the major markets in Ghana, way up to Bolgatanga. So what we've done is that the goods leave this factory. We don't sell here. Everything leaves the factory to our various depots. We call them depot. So you have it in Kumasi, at the Doom, we have it in Sunyani, Techiman, Tamale. So anybody who wants to sell in wholesale, you contact these regional or district depots, and then you are registered, and then you can become a member. You can't just walk there and buy. You have to be registered. You need to prove that you have a registered business.
So therefore, there are requirements that you go through before you be granted distributorship.
Exactly. But otherwise, if it's just retail, we got what they call semi-wholesalers in the various markets that you can just walk in there, buy whatever quantity you want, and start retailing. But if you really want to buy, be a distributor. By distributor, I mean buying directly from us. You need to go through a certain process and fulfill the requirements for you to become one.
Okay, I may also ask, as a project manager, I think GTP has been with us since our inception from 2018.
Yeah.
The Miss Golden Stool first edition, GTP supported us. 2019, GTP supported. 2020, they still supported. And we also wish that our relationship extends to the great future ahead of us.
Sure.
I want to know GTP as a national company. What is your employment capacity?
Okay. Our current employment rate we're about staff of about 800. Okay, just a little beneath. I don't have the exact figures, but it's about 800. And this direct employment. When I say direct, there are a number of auxiliary services where we're using third parties. So like the security, transport services, canteen services, hospital services. They are not direct employees of GTP. We have outsourced them. But they're working for us. So, for instance, all the security guys you saw there don't belong to us. They belong to third-party security company.
They're working in the interest of GTP.
Yes. So if you add all of them, we are around 1,000. Okay. But when I say the 800 is like people who collect their salary from GTP directly. So that is how I would want to answer you. And we used to be bigger than this. Yes. But of course, because of the challenges we've had in our industry, counterfeits, we've got capacity to be able to produce more. But because of the huge fake and counterfeits we have out there, it's sort of dumping how much we are able to produce. Okay. So we can only employ more if the demand is there. We are able to sell more.
So furthermore, in an extension, looking at the other depots, wholesalers and retailers, we are counting over getting to a close.
Definitely, if you add all the chain, like our distributors,
a million.
Not a billion.
Over thousands.
Yeah, the thousands. They run into thousands. Yes, because we got about 230 distributors. People like directly buy from us. Okay. And they have their own staff and all that, and then the chain continues.
Okay. Yeah. Recently, a year ago or some years ago, we saw in an advert that GTP is talking about the genuinity of their products, how to identify original GTP fabrics. Please, can you take us through the process if it's still on course? So
it's still on course.
Our ladies and our sisters, our Ghanaians will know the original product of GTP when they go to the market.
Very good, very good. It's still on course. I'm hoping to get the samples and I would have demonstrated it to you. Right? But simply on every GTP product, there's a label. Every single GTP product, there's a label. In fact, let me walk through the process. If you want to identify and buy genuine GTP product, number one, look out for, if you go to the various markets, you see some shops have GTP branded signage in front of them. So Nyamibeye, GTP distributor. Okay. First, look out for those places. as a first point of call. Or if you really want to buy genuine, go to any of the wooden shops. But we are part of wooden. So all wooden shops have GTP as well. They sell GTP as well. So then you can guarantee that the shop you're walking into, it will be genuine product. That's one. But even after you've walked into those shops, some of them still sell, but they sell the genuine GTP and also the fake ones in the same shop. I'm not talking wooden, I'm talking about
some
the GTP branded shops in the market, open markets. Some sell genuine and the fake one. So how do you identify on the product itself? When you pick a piece of GTP cloth, there's a label. On the label, you find a small whitish sticker on the label. And when I get a sample, I'll shoot it. On it, there's like a scratch card. There's a dark portion. So when you scratch it, you scratch it, there's I think a 12 or 13 digit number beneath the panel. And then within seconds or minutes, it will give you feedback. If it's a genuine thing, it will tell you it's a genuine GTP product. Okay. If it's a fake one, it will tell you, sorry, this is fake. Okay. So that is a way of empowering our consumers to be able to tell by themselves. You don't need anybody to tell you what you have bought is genuine or fake one. Yeah, so that is how we've been doing that.
Okay. My last question. I think GTP is not only sponsoring or supporting Miss Golden Stool.
Yeah.
We've seen it on countless occasions that you support our other sister pageants.
Sure.
GTP Patron Beauty Pageants, especially Miss Golden Stool, has it been beneficial? Has it been encouraging of spending some part of your finances on beauty pageants and events like Miss Golden Stool? We want to know so that it also encourages us to do.
Sure, it's been very beneficial. Actually, you cannot associate with beautiful girls like what you're sitting in front of me here and not succeed.
Yeah.
And it's a reason why we're encouraged to be part of pageants like Miss Golden Stool, because they represent, these young ladies, pretty young ladies, represent the identity of the brand. So their presence or their association reinforces what we seek to do with the brand, and it's the reason why we sponsor it. Okay, so as I said from the start, New Star is targeted, or the persona of New Star is young, dynamic, youthful, and people like Senna and Co represent just that identity. And so it's been really, really beneficial to us. So yeah, as you rightly said, we are not just on Miss Golden Stool, other pageants as well. And it's because of the benefit that is associated with it. So yes, I mean it's been very beneficial association.
We are very grateful for this interaction, and before we call our visit to the end, we also represent Miss Golden Stool management to also offer our young beautiful ladies as brand influencers for GTP free.
Okay.
So that whatever they wear for GTP, you post it out there and show the teeming youth of Ghana that they should also help to grow the company and to grow Mother Ghana. As we are about to enter Wear Ghana months, we also pledge our support to GTP, that we will always continue to encourage our beautiful Ghanaian women to buy GTP products and make their beautiful designs out of it and help Mother Ghana, as I said.
Sure.
So we are very grateful for this moment, and all that we say is intrigued. Yeah, the GTP as civil brain.
Yes, you're the massive. You're the massive brain. Or more rain and just successful.
Amen.
I think, okay, fortunately I've got a product. So what we'll do is let's do the presentation right here.
On behalf of Miss Golden Stool, we say in grateful appreciation for your exceptional and outstanding support as a sponsor of Miss Golden Stool on our calls to mobilize, train, empower and raise intelligent Ashanti young women through our beauty pageant. It is our hope that in the seasons ahead, GTP will partner Miss Golden Stool and make it great and success. So we present this to GTP
All right.
in honor of their sponsorship and support to Miss Golden Stool 2020. And we say we are very grateful.
Thank you.
Thank
We're also grateful. Thank you very much. Ladies, thank you so much for everything.